The Feynman Technique, learn anything in 4 simple steps. You just read a chapter 3 times and still can't explain what you learned. Sound familiar? You probably think you need to read it again, highlight more, or make better notes. But here's the brutal truth. You're confusing recognition with understanding. Your brain is tricking you into thinking you know something when you actually don't. But what if I told you there's a technique used by one of history's greatest physicists that can expose these knowledge gaps instantly and turn shallow learning into deep understanding? By the end of this video, you'll master the 4-step Feynman technique and never waste time on fake learning again. This method comes from Richard Feynman, the Nobel Prize-winning physicist who could explain quantum mechanics to a child. But here's what's incredible. A 2021 study published in the Recoletos Multidisciplinary Research Journal found that students using the Feynman technique showed significantly higher test scores and learning gains compared to traditional study methods. Here's why this changes everything for your learning. Most study techniques focus on getting information in your brain. The Feynman technique focuses on getting information out of your brain clearly. And cognitive science research shows that retrieval practice, forcing yourself to explain concepts, creates stronger, more durable memories than passive reading or highlighting. The Feynman technique works on a simple principle. If you can't explain something simply, you don't understand it well enough. When you try to teach a concept, your brain immediately identifies the gaps in your knowledge. It's like holding your understanding up to a mirror. You see exactly where the cracks are. Traditional studying tricks your brain with what psychologists call the illusion of knowing. You read, you recognize, you think you understand. But recognition is passive. Explanation is active. It forces your brain to connect concepts, find examples, and build mental models. Research in cognitive psychology consistently shows that retrieval practice, like teaching concepts to others, produces superior long-term retention compared to repeated studying. The Feynman technique doesn't just help you memorize, it helps you identify knowledge gaps and build genuine understanding. So, how do you implement this? Well, you do it in 4 steps. Step 1, choose your concept. Start with any concept you want to master. Write it at the top of a blank page. Here's the key. Be specific. Instead of photosynthesis, write how plants convert sunlight into glucose. Specificity forces clarity. Step 2, teach it to a child. Now explain your concept as if you're teaching a curious 8-year-old. Use simple words, analogies, and examples. No jargon allowed. If you catch yourself using complex terms, stop and simplify. For photosynthesis, you might say, plants are like tiny solar panel factories. They catch sunlight and mix it with water and air to make sugar food. This step exposes fuzzy thinking instantly. Step 3, identify knowledge gaps. Here's where the magic happens. As you explain, you'll hit walls. Maybe you can't explain why chlorophyll is green or how exactly glucose gets transported. Don't skip over these moments. They're gold. Circle every gap, every moment, every place where your explanation breaks down. These gaps show you exactly what to study next. Step 4, review and simplify. Go back to your source material, but only focus on filling the gaps you identified. Then return to your explanation and try again. Keep cycling until you can explain the entire concept smoothly, simply, and completely. Each cycle makes your understanding deeper and more connected. Once you master the basics, try these variations. Explain concepts using only drawings, teach the same idea 3 different ways, or connect new concepts to things you already understand perfectly. The biggest mistake? Being too generous with yourself. If your explanation feels choppy, or you're using vague words like basically or essentially, you haven't simplified enough. Push yourself to be crystal clear. Use this technique as your primary study method, not a review tool. Start with explanation from day 1. It turns studying from passive absorption into active construction of understanding. Here's what you can expect. Within the first week, you'll notice concepts clicking together in ways they never did before. Students who consistently use teaching-based learning methods report feeling more confident in discussions and performing better on complex problems. Research shows that explanation techniques help learners develop deeper understanding and better transfer skills compared to traditional study methods. Pause this video right now and pick one concept you're currently learning. Spend the next 10 minutes applying the Feynman technique. Start explaining it out loud as if teaching a child. Notice where you get stuck. Those are your learning targets. Don't move on until you can explain it smoothly from start to finish. What concept are you going to tackle first with the Feynman technique? Let me know in the comments below. If this changed how you think about learning, hit the like button. And for more science-backed study strategies that actually work, subscribe and hit the notification bell. Next week, I'm showing you how to use spaced repetition to never forget what you learn.